welcome to day 5 of lockdown. I'm so sorry, day 4. Day 4 just disappeared. I think I was awake in day 4 for no more than 12 hours. I think that's the easiest way to say it. I woke up at 7 and by 7:30 I was falling asleep again. Simple as that. I think my body was just saying, you are going to sleep tonight. There was absolutely no way I could keep my eyes open to do any kind of filming. I'd done some filming, which I'm not going to show you. I'd started to film myself driving from school to the farm shop. And then I was going to film in the farm shop, but I couldn't film in the farm shop because there were other customers there. And I will pick a time when it's just myself and Alison in the farm shop. And she said she's more than happy. I mean, it's just a really quaint little tiny farm shop. And it's been fantastic during lockdown. It's kept everybody going. So yesterday, I came home from work. I decided to run because the temperature had risen slightly and the black eyes had disappeared. So I messaged Rachel and we went off on our run. I'm really sorry I'm fiddling with my glasses, but as I fell asleep last night, Poppy caught them and pulled them off. I think she's just slightly knocked them out of alignment. So I'm looking at you and you are totally out of focus. I've got to go like this to get you into focus. And it's really hard to look at the camera because I'm looking at something that's not in focus and my head wants to go like this. Maggie's just come to go to sleep next to me. So I came home, went for my beautiful run with Rachel, came home, made myself a dinner, ate that, and that was it. I could not keep my eyes open. Woke up at 7 this morning. I'm still struggling to wake up. I think I've had such an active week, I've physically worn myself out. Drops are just at the bottom of the path here in the woods. And the girls are desperate to run, but they're not going off the lead. Even though somebody has seen something. She's like, why am I not off my lead? Free running is tomorrow, I think. And here they are. Maggie, Poppy, you just wait. Girls. Oh my gosh, we've got more out. Oh, the first one's toppled over. But there's more out in the back. I hope these are in focus. I don't wear my glasses when I'm running. But they're coming out and there's more coming up here. And even these along the pathway are starting to survive. Right, and there's more coming up here as well. I'll just let it run for a minute. I don't think there's any more. Right, so I'm going to turn off now and I'll see you again shortly with Melanie. Look at this, beautiful sunshine. There's Melanie and Lexi. And where am I to? Oh, right down there, are they? It's absolutely glorious here on the railway line. It's unbelievably sunny, but it's still icy. So I think we're going to take this path over here by the side of Melanie and try and keep ourselves safe. There's lots of other dog walkers, but when we hit the road, it should be a lot safer. And I've caught myself. No, I've caught it with a stick. We just stopped. I'm going to show you this because this is the route that Rachel and I went. We'll stop in the farmyard when we get down there. But look at it behind me. I'm going to spin round right into the sun. Look at it. It's just blue sky. It's just stunning. And behind us, if I just come back round here, is the I've got an email from school there. I don't need to read that. It's the railway line that we've just run up, that we were on. It is just the most stunning day. Well, what a day I'm having. I'm not doing anything I planned. Had a lovely run with Melanie and then I ended up having a socially distanced chat with my new next door neighbour, which was absolutely lovely. She was there when I came back from my run with Melanie and it was absolutely delightful. Then I went outside later to doing some household jobs, saw some more neighbours, had another socially distant chat with them and then met the new neighbours. And as I was chatting to them, Hannah and Michael turned up. Literally, they've been gone about 45 minutes and I've had my dinner. So I've done a little bit of sewing while Hannah and Michael have been here because I've been mending a buttonhole, and I'm now going to put in the footage that I took when I was hand finishing this buttonhole for Michael. He's got this lovely coat that he bought a couple of years ago in Edinburgh in like a flea market type shop, and it's a really good quality woolen coat. Very old-fashioned, but absolutely gorgeous. Basically, the buttonholes have worn off. What we need is some thicker buttonhole darning wool, but I couldn't find any. So what we've done is to do a quick fix, and I've gone round and round the button in buttonhole stitch. And as I was doing it, it made me think back to that very first video I did when I was telling you about my mum drawing circles on some fabric and making me do embroidery stitches, and one of those was buttonhole stitch. A buttonhole stitch is brilliant for finishing off edges, but the thickness of the wool and the fineness of the thread I was using didn't actually complement each other, so I had to go around a few times. But we have managed to repair the coat enough until I can get hold of some thread that will work. And what I've said to Michael is that when we can get back into town properly and go to Dutton's for buttons, they will have what it is that we need. So I'm going to put in the sort of time lapse of a little bit of me sewing this button, and it really was very, very fine sewing. So now I'm back at my quilt. I've just gone for it. I know I said this morning that I really wanted to sew lots of different things and maybe cut out something else, and the answer is no, I don't. What I actually want to sew is this quilt. I want this quilt finished before I start something else, and maybe that should be my resolution. Maybe I should not have a UFO pile this year, unfinished objects, or should it be a UFP, unfinished projects pile. I'm going to finish this, and when I have finished this, I'm then going to do some sewing of some garments for myself. I just need, this is the, I haven't shown you this earlier, it's got quite a lovely wide neck, and it's a great layering top. If you can see it, absolutely lovely. It's the Isla top by Tissue Patterns. I'll put a little picture in there. If it's not the Isla top, I'm very sorry, and I will correct it here. But it is lovely. And on the back, it's got, just turned my back on you. I hope it's in the picture. But basically, it's got a lovely sort of divider down the centre back, and then a lovely curved seam. And the sleeves are all in one. It's an old-fashioned batwing, and it goes down into a cuff. And it's absolutely fantastic for layering. I've got it on underneath my running vest top, and the fabric I've used is, can you see that? It's a lovely, it's like a fleece back jersey fabric. I will have got it from First for Fabrics. They have a fantastic range. I'll put a link for First for Fabrics in the description box. I'll try and remember, because one or two of you have asked for the eclectic maker, which I'll pop in again this time, which is where I got some of the fabric, which is where I got the batting from. So let's get on, and I'm sorry, I'm digging my head out the top here. Here we go, where's the top of my head is there. My hair needs a wash, but I'm just going to leave it. Can't talk about my hair, look at it. I'm going so grey again. I need to meet the bottle, and I have been so blissfully happy doing Vlogmas. I completely lost my hair appointment because I had to remake it, and I forgot to text the hairdresser. So is that good that I was happy and keeping myself amused with Vlogmas and getting ready for Christmas by chatting to you guys? I think it's a win, don't you? Because what I saved on hair stuff I could have spent on fabric. So let's crack on with the quilt. I've got the BSR on, so I'm going to have to stop this and restart in a minute. Just slipping back onto the camera here very loosely, and this evening I have on time lapse quilted 7 of the squares so far, and I'm absolutely loving it. You know, you could call this the toile of quilts, because it's the toile of doing the embroidery, using the BSR, and I'm enjoying it so much, and it's so therapeutic. I'm wondering about doing a little bit down the bars as well. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play with it. I'm so pleased. It's making everything pop. Oops, sorry about my shadow. Now, I have done some quilting on the time lapse this evening, but my eyes are tired because Poppy's knocked my glasses and they're not sitting properly. It's going to be another week before I can get into town to get them fixed. And I'm fully aware that the lighting in here is not very good. Hi, so I've shown you the quilt and I've tried to do some time-lapse filming of the BSR working. Now, I'm fully aware that the light today has been utterly atrocious when I've been trying to film. I've just not got the lighting right tonight. It's been a lovely day. This morning when I filmed the intro, I said I don't plan everything. I just sort of let the day evolve. So I knew today that I was going running with Melanie, and then I met my neighbours, as I mentioned, and then Hannah and Michael came over, and Hannah got out these chests, and in the chests we had old photographs and we had her Olympic gear. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to insert the little bit of film that I took with her trying on her Olympic gear. Many years ago, when we had the London 2012 Olympics, my daughter was an Olympic volunteer, and so far today we've been going through some of her stuff, and she has her Olympic accreditation. Where have you gone?
I don't know.
Right, okay, just hold it there. Brilliant, Olympic accreditation. And if she steps back now, she's wearing her official, London 2012 raincoat. It's great, Hannah.
Yeah, that got me onto a train which I shouldn't have been able to get on once because they thought I was someone more important than I actually was.
What did they think you were, Hannah?
I don't know, but I had this round my neck with a big Adidas kit bag running for a packed train, and they held the train for me at King's Cross.
Oh, that's probably because they thought you were important because you were wearing Olympic. So, as Hannah said, she was a volunteer for the 2012 London Olympics. She wanted to do it and I just let her go for it. And we had a ball. We camped. We found out too late to get accommodation, so we had our tent and we spent 3 weeks on a campsite in Hertfordshire. It was wonderful, actually. My friend from Norway, her daughter came over and spent a few days with us, and my brother was just down the road in Ilford, and my son came over. I had my bike and I just cycled and explored that area of London. I'd never been before. Saw a bit of the Cuz. Into London an awful lot. It was genuinely a very good time. I didn't actually see anything live for the Olympics except for the opening ceremony, because we did go to my brother's for that. But then he went off to the States just as the Olympics had started. So I think he was here for 2 days and he went off to the States. And from his house when he used to live in Ilford, we opened up the top windows and we could see the fireworks for the opening ceremony. It was so exciting. It was absolutely wonderful. So it was quite exciting, and Michael had never seen that before, so we got all of those out and tried them on for her. Then she sort of went through loads and loads of old photographs, which were absolutely hilarious. I'm actually just going to insert a picture of a couple, of me in my wedding dress and some with me and my dad, which I absolutely love. And of course I made my own wedding dress, and I got the fabric from a place called Allen's of Duke Street, which is just off Oxford Street. I don't think it's there anymore, but I can remember buying 2 bolts of pure cotton chantilly lace, absolutely gorgeous stuff, and it cost £250 in 1986 to buy. Did we have 4 or 5 meters? I think we had 10 meters of it. It was absolutely beautiful, and from there we went to Laura Ashley on Regent Street and bought my going away outfit. And totally not in tradition, I went to buy the fabric with my husband's sister-in-law Sally and David, and then we went and bought the going away outfit together. My mother was nowhere to be seen. She was up north, and we'd gone down to stay with Paul and Sally, who at the time were living in Ascot. So that was wonderful. So, as I say, the day has evolved. Hannah and Michael finally left me quite late. And I got onto the sewing machine. So tomorrow I'm going to try and do some more of the freehand quilting during the daylight hours when I've actually got the sun beaming in on the kitchen, and hopefully you'll be able to see it more readily. So for now, I'm going to sign off. I am terribly sorry again about day 4 disappearing into the world of sleep, and I'll see you all tomorrow for day 5. Not day 5, day 6, because I'm a day behind. This is 4 and 5. Okay, see you later then. Bye bye.